Well, I did a little bit of reorganizing and refining of charcoal lines, and as I mentioned before, I washed it in. Or I laid the lines. I did the charcoal drawing, which I liked, and then wash it in, draw the lines in, which I like, and now I'm just gonna mess the whole thing up with my wash in. Now there are refinements. You don't see them on camera too easily, but they're there. So I'm just gonna. I know this pole here is more like a giant totem pole than a power pole. It's okay. It'll get thinner. I'll put it on a diet. I've started down here. Well, this is what, yellow ochre and burnt umber. That's burnt umber and ultramarine blue. This is cobalt blue and burnt sienna. Now I'm just using raw umber or burnt umber and cobalt blue in the sky. Getting rid of the white, as long as my values are lower and my colors aren't too crazy out there. I'm just gonna smear into that a little bit. I'm not liking this being as high as here, so we'll bring it down a little bit. It's okay, it doesn't have to be very accurate right now. It's the sky and where the sky meets the mountains. It's not crucial to get it exactly right now. But the next step is in painting. So of course, when I do that, it's going to become pretty important to get it right. But it's a small painting. The sky will be painted in one shot. And probably more than the sky will be painted in one shot. And then we go to the hills and work our way forward again. So no worries. It's more, whoopsie. It's more relaxing than anything. The sky's going to be a lot lighter than I'm showing it right now. Okay. This is just my own mental illness here, but it bothers me that streak is sitting there. And what'll I do about it? Reintroduce that? No, stop playing with it. Just stop playing, Phil. Don't be ridiculous. Get that sky washed in. The sky will have some design in it, it's not going to be horizontal strokes. There'll be some vertical stuff, a bit of swirly stuff. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to have some strokes will go that way. I think mostly it's going to go this way. It's going to sort of lift out of this area. The highest values will be here, highest chromas will be here, and then we'll just lift it out mostly in this direction and a little bit going vertical as we move to the left. Blue to that. I may as well just do this. There's no point in me putting design in right now. I don't have to. I'll figure it out later. We're going to use the procrastination method on this guy here. I'm already getting sloppy. I'm just, you know what it is? It's the end of the day. I'm getting tired and I don't care as much. And that's not right. It's not right. I should care. Okay, let's go back to our color here. Let's try to lay in something decent in the way of a border between the this guy on the hills, mountains, I guess they call them. These are really the kind of mountains that border the Fraser Valley where I live in British Columbia in Canada. You know, when you look behind these are lower mountains, and then you go behind them, and those mountains immediately double and triple in altitude. That happens quickly. But this is not a painting about mountains. It's just a painting about a little disheveled cabin. Some leftovers from the past. Okay, let's see. Maybe I don't have to mix up any more color. I only have a little bit there, and I have just a whiff of it on my palette. And I have a bit of it in my brush, so I might be able to get this covered without having to mix another batch right at the end. I usually try to mix enough in a pile to cover the area that I want, but no more. I don't worry too much about it. I mean, if you get too cheap, you're going to spend more time mixing and remixing, and that's frustrating too. But I hate to waste it if I don't have to. Okay, I'm just not going to worry about that. Okay, that's it. Decided to put a pole in there, you know? I knew I wanted my cabin here, my hills dropping with a sweep. This is unlike the last iteration of this scene, because it is a very similar scene to the other painting I was referring to. But I wanted to put this lean-to in here. So then what I ended up with is a form that is more like a dome, because we have this gradual drop-off. I wanted something to cut back up. I wanted some vertical violence in here, you know, to really impose on the foreground. I think that's going to work. That's it for now, though. Talk to you soon.